This video is to all my avid readers out there who have consistently and consecutively read multiple books at a time, and that is called book stacking. And those of you guys who are not book stackers and avid high-level readers, hey, we got something for you to transform your reading retention rate and your reading comprehension altogether. So the title of this video will be how book stacking will ultimately transform your reading volume and your retention rate, your reading rate, okay? So I've always done this as a kid. I've always manipulated the art of book stacking. And so even when I intuitively don't know, or I haven't read, the first chapter, the prologue or the intro into a book, or even the back of the book, I've read nothing. I just look at the title. I don't judge it by the title, but I look at the title and I intuitively feel, okay, is this book and this book connected? If not, then I save it for later. But if it is, I'm going to take The Alchemist and The Power of the Subconscious Mind and read them synonymously. I'm going to read them, in sync, right? So currently, what I'm reading, just to give y'all a quick look, I am currently reading The 4-Hour Workweek by Mr. 𝗬𝗵𝗫 and The Mastery of Love by Don Miguel Ruiz. And already they are implementing it's a very big emphasis on your storyline and the programming in which you have subscribed to. Like when we are kids, we don't necessarily take into account the programming that we see our parents, our guardians, our caretakers feel until we get to a higher adolescent age, approaching high school, 13, 14, 15. And this playfulness that we have in our young adolescence is what we should keep as adults, but responsibilities, priorities, bills, they overtake our mind. So we begin to think that every day, work hard, go, sprint, when you don't have that energy to express. You think you do. We have a strong will and determination and grit to push forward when it comes to work and making just enough money to pay the bills, just enough money to take care of our responsibilities, kids, and whatnot, right? The things that you essentially signed up for but didn't sign up for. You know how to work hard, sprint, go fast with that. But when it comes to your personal hobbies and your personal fulfillment, it's very lackluster. It's very clumsy. Like you'll get to it in the beginning of the next year. You'll get to it on Monday. You'll get to it in the start of the next month. Well, that never comes. It's a false fallacy. So these two books alone have made me process how the simple art of love and letting things be, whereas you are a part of that flow. So if I ask you, hey, can you like the video for me? You watching, can you like the video? Let's say somebody that I know in real life is watching the video. Hey, I need you, and I say the person's name, you like the video. Whereas they don't like it. But insubordinately, guess what that happens? Or guess what happens then? The rest of the world is watching. The rest of the world is subscribing and liking and commenting. And all I told the person that I know in real life, hey, just like the video. You don't got to watch it. Just like the video for me. That was too much for them. So learning how to let go of that control, that possessiveness with love is also how to become and reach new heights of wealth, new heights of rich. There's multiple ways to get to 10. As they say, there's multiple ways to skin a cat. Just because you were taught only one way to skin it, it's not in this day and age, it's not in your best favor to go on the internet and go to a seminar and speak to other people as if this is the only way. That may be a good manipulation tactic at first, right? For money, for monetary gain. But there's multiple ways to get it done, to get to 10, to get to wealth, to get to that new level of rich. And so what I just did in 32 hours, I finished all 3 of these books. 32 hours. How to Master the Art of Selling by Mr. Tom Hopkins, Emotional Intelligence, Dr. David, and Perceptual Intelligence. Okay? And of course, these two, one would think that these two have a stronger connection. But really and truthfully, Mastering the Art of Selling and Perceptual Intelligence, I finished this one in one day, 3 hours. These two had more of a connection than I would think. And what I grasped from Perceptual Intelligence and How to Master the Art of Selling is your perception lies in the art of you thinking or not thinking, the non-thinking acts and the thinking acts of operating wealth and operating success. Your ability to close a situation or close a conversation is solely predicated on what you think. And so it's very important that you change. Everybody says, millionaires, multi-billionaires, strategists, psychoanalysts, they always say that it first comes with changing your mind to become rich, changing your mind in order to move to a different energy state, a new frequency, a different frequency, right? But what they really mean that they don't explain and don't express is the art of unlearning every single scenario and every single law that was given to you. Because perceptually, you will be 40 and still think that this law is still in place, and it's not. So, mastering the art of selling people, selling your brand, if you have a personal brand, and your personal brand is, of course, you, your essence, who you are, your energy, you have the ability to make upwards to 20 to $200 million just with your personal brand. And in mastering the art of selling, it doesn't go into depth on persuasion like the 48 Laws of Power does, that everybody loves. Glimpses of persuasion is in How to Win Friends and Influence People. But in these two right here, man, I retain so much. So being able to book stack and being able to compound on your knowledge, it does you more good. Because one would think, right? Isn't that too much to retain at once? Isn't it too, with reading, it's not the same as listening to a whole podcast. It's not the same. That's why I love hardback, paperback books so much. Because I can go to a lake, I can go to a park, I can just be in my room for hours and read. I can be in my special chair and just read. No phone, no electricity, no added vibrations, just me and the book. That's it. Me, my book, and my pen. That's it. That's all I need. That's it. In my mind, of course. And it's so transformative. It is so transformative to be able to unlearn and relearn new processes to catapult you to success. It's so transformative. Wow. And once you achieve that level of reading one book in under 48 hours, and this book right here was 350 pages. You now know what you can do. You now know what you can achieve because you did it. You go into a basketball game and all your opponents are taller than you, bigger than you, they talking shit too. Until y'all's team's close game. Y'all's team rallied together, it's a close game, and the ball is in your hands, last possession. You get a high ball screen at the top, you come off, you've been shooting the lights out all game. They leave you open again. The center or the power forward is below the free throw line, and you got a high ball screen. At the buzzer, you take the ball screen, boom, dribble off to the side, follow through, game. In the middle of the game, you didn't think that it was going to be close. You thought y'all was going to get blown out. You didn't know it was going to be a close game until it's close. And then you hit the buzzer beater. So now what? Your confidence and your esteem and your value and your worth, your stock increases. And watch how much you retain. Watch how much you retain from book stacking. And of course, you're highlighting, you're annotating, you're note taking. Maybe you have your phone or a different notepad, a different notebook that you use to write down shit that really, oh my gosh, it hits you. Book stacking, man, is so transformative. Do it today. Do it now.